Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sichamba Jacob. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to look at question 2B. And this question came in 2020 GCE. Alright, so on this question, they've given us the formula over here. This is a formula we need to understand. This is a formula we're supposed to use. So they are saying the sum of n terms of a geometric progression GP is given by this formula over here. Find the sum of the first four terms of this GP. So of this GP. On this one, we're not going to use the formula for finding sum, the one they give us in the question paper. We'll focus on the formula they have given us. So we'll say sum is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 power n. So hopefully you're able to see what is happening. This is the formula we're going to use. And where have I taken this formula from? It is from the question over here. So now, the next thing here would be to say the sum of how many terms? 4 terms here, this 4. So it's 4 terms where there is n is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 power 4. Where there is n, I'm putting 4 because they are saying it's the sum of 4 terms. And then it would look like this. When we work out 2 to the power 4, the answer will be equal to 16. And then here we can reduce the values. We know that 2 can go into 10 how many times? 5 times. And 2 into 16 how many times? It will be 8. So it will be 5 over 8. And then the next thing here will be to work out what is here. We find the common denominator, which is 8. Okay. So here it's more like this: 1 into 8, it's 8. 8 multiplied by 10, the answer will be equal to 80. All right, so the next, so this 8 over here is a common denominator. We have found this one, so it will be 8 into 8 is 1. 1 multiplied by negative 5, it will be negative 5 here. And our final answer will be 80 minus 5, which is equal to 75 over 8. So this is our sum of 4 terms. So we have found our answer here. We go to the next question. The next question, they are saying we find the first term, and we know that the first term is supposed to have a means first term in sequences or under sequences. So how can we find our first term? I'll give you an example. If you have let me use a different pen. If you have terms like this and this, it goes like this. So you have these terms, and then they are asking you to find the sum of 2 terms. What is the sum of 2 terms? The sum of 2 terms over here, it will be 2 plus 4, which is 6. What if they ask you to find the sum of 1 term? What is the sum of 1 term? So a, the number which is at the beginning, which is a, is the sum of 8 terms. So what we're going to do on this one, we use this very formula. We're going to use this formula to find the sum of the first term. So we'll say sum, the formula for sum over here, which they have given us in the statement. So it looks like this. So this very sum will say sum of the first term, 1. So the sum of the first term will look like this. So here we have something like this, and then here we have 10. 2 into 10 is 5, so minus 5, and our final answer will be equal to 5. So this 5 we have found is the sum of the first term. So the sum of the first term is the same as the a. We have found our a here. This is the solution for question 2. We now go to question 3. Under question 3, we have to be very careful. They're asking us to find the first 4 terms. So how do you find the first 4 terms? So in order for you to find the first 4 terms, we need to find our a. In this case, our a is 5. We also need to find our r. So how can we find our r? Let's try to go back to the formula they have given us. Look at this formula. Can we find r? No, we cannot find r because we're not able to see r here. There is only n. So what we do in this case, we'll go to the original formula. So sum is equal to a multiplied by 1 minus r power n over 1 minus r. So this is a formula. We need to work with this formula and find the r because we're able to see r here. So the next thing we're going to do is to keep this formula. We use it at some point, but we get the formula they have given us in the question or in the statement, which looks like this. Yeah, so this one. So we need to find the sum of 2 terms. What is the sum of 2 terms? So once we find that answer is the one we're going to put here, and then we work out using this formula and find the value of r. So in this case, it will be sum of 2 terms. 2 terms will be 10 is equal to 10 minus 10 over 2 power 2. And when we do our calculations nicely here, we'll have something like this. Then here it will be 40 like this. Then 4 here, yeah, 4 here, or if you want you can reduce the numbers here. This will be 5 and this will be 2, so that you remain with 20 here, yeah, over 2. So from here, this will be 5. So from here, when we do your calculations nicely, let me just pick it up from here. When you do your calculations nicely, you find that you have here 20 minus 5 over 2, and then it will be equal to 15 over 2. So when you do your calculations nicely, this is what you're going to find, 15 over 2. This is the sum of 2 terms. So once you do that, you can now you can now get this. We know that the sum of 2 terms is 15 over 2. So you can get this formula, and then here you can put on s sub n, you can put 15 over 2. This 15 over 2. So once you put 15 over 2 is equal to our a. Do we know a? A is equal to 5. Okay, since a is equal to 5, here we found 5. A is equal to 5, which is over here. A is equal to 5. Open 1 minus r power 2. We know that r is 2. The 2 we are using here, sum of 2. So n, sorry, is 2. So n we put 2 over 1 minus r here. So now we have the formula here, which we need to work with. So we can solve. So when we solve nicely here, it will look like this. We can divide throughout by 5. So here divide by 5, here divide by 5. So this 5 can go into 15 3 times, and here it will cancel. So we'll remain with something like this. Hopefully you're able to see what I'm doing here. We'll remain with something like this. Okay, and then once we have this, we can solve now. On top here, we're going to use the idea of difference of two squares. So it will look like this. In case you don't know what it means, go through idea of difference of two squares. So this is the same as what is on top. And then down here will remain with something like this. So this and this will cancel. Will remain with 3 over 2 is equal to 1 plus r. Like this, we just remain with this one. So we can cross multiply. We have something like this. We are multiplying this 2 by this by this, and then here it will look like this. We solve for r, we have something like this. Hopefully you are following. Our r will be equal to what? To half, 1 over 2. So since we have a, if you are able to remember, our a was 5. So since our a is 5, so what we can basically do here, since our a is 5, we can start multiplying. So first term is a, comma, this half multiplied by 5, it will be 5 over 2, comma, this 5 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 2, it will be 5 over 4. Here it will be 5 over 8. So these are the first 4 terms. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and be able to watch more and more videos. This has been Shamba Jacob. Bye.